Kitesurfing is an expensive sport. You might think you have to have the bank account of Richard Branson to be able to join in. It's not uncommon to hear you have to buy new gear every single year. This can make it seem out of reach for a beginner. The last couple of years, kite prices went over the roof. The biggest barrier to get into kitesurfing is the cost of equipment. It's just too damn high. A few months ago I was standing in Brazil on the beach and I seen this kite, which was one of my first kite. This kite is over 12 years old, but here it was, still in action, making its owner overly happy. How come? So let's put together a beginner kit, like money was no object. Beginner-friendly, all-rounder kite. Let's pick something fancy. Duotone has this Porsche edition. Let's pick a 9 for that. And for lighter winds, let's have a D-Lab to cover the new technology. One of the most expensive bars out on the market right now is the click bar, which will fit most of the kites. Did you know that you can buy a board these days for 2 grand? Of course you will need a harness and probably a wetsuit too. So pick something fancy, top notch. But wait, I expect you to be a full beginner, so you will need lessons as well. Actually, lessons making the sport cheaper than more expensive, because, you know, prices for lessons vary, depending on the quality of the service and the location. But a 9-hour lesson package can cost around 1,000–1,500 on an expensive location like the Bahamas. So the total cost to get into kitesurfing in the steepest version will be around this much. Now, if you have a second, drop me a comment, where are you from? Let's suppose you're just starting out and money is an issue. You can still get into kitesurfing, but you have to play a little bit smarter. The second-hand market is huge, and you can often find kites from 2015 that are still in a good condition. The statement that do not buy kites older than 3 years is just simply not true anymore. Standing there in Brazil, I realized that actually a 15-year-old kite could give you just as much fun as a beginner than a kite from the last few years. The huge second-hand market keeps good competition. So let's pick out something from the German eBay.
The Germans
Usually take good care of their stuff. And I will pick something simply beats us. So going into it, possibly a set of kites with a bar and a wooden plank, a board like this. It's a bargain. Let's put a harness and a wetsuit on top and bang, you have it. Lessons are still recommended because with a proper lesson you will go so much further in the first 1, 2, 3 years than without it. Find the nearest kite school to you and get a package, which will cost around 300 to 500 euros depending how many hours you get. That's a good start. For new total, it's this much. Remember the steep version? We are doing the same sport, and the difference is kind of big. There is a bonus tip. You can also look at smaller brands. And with these brands, you can go half the price. These businesses simply avoiding the middleman and keeping the cost low. Kites are coming in a different variety of price range. And you don't need to buy the newest technology or the most expensive to start out.
and no need to sell your kidney either.
Around 1,000, 1,500, enjoy the same stoke that Richard Branson does. The wind is for free. New and high-end gear that uses NASA-grade technology, the brand new composite materials are great, pushing the limits. But just because you can't afford to start with them, it doesn't mean that you have to stay on the side of the field. You just go and buy an all-rounder and start to have fun. Before you know it, you will be a kite surfer, checking the wind forecast for every weekend, buying a camper van to sleep on the spot, buying every possible kite surfing accessories, subscription to jump measurements, stickers and car refreshers, and other toys that you don't really need to kite surf, but you will still get them. I promise this is gonna be the best decision of your life, and it will truly change the way you look at winds, holidays, and beaches. If you're interested what I ride on, check it out in the description of this video. I'm almost sure that you have a friend who is on the fence deciding into getting into kitesurfing or not. So I would be really appreciate if you share this with them. In this way you can create new kite buddies. And that's one of the best things in the world. In case you're still wondering what kind of type of kite to buy, watch this video, the best kite for you.